Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Brown's Rod and Custom. Happy Monday. Happy President's Day. We have a huge update on the 1973 Volkswagen thing for you guys. I think we might have figured it out. We put the collective minds of me, Big Ron, and Fisher Buggies to the test. Bradley over there, the guy that sold me the car, and years ago, and the other guys that worked there, I think we figured it out. So yesterday, I removed the torsion arms and steering arms, okay? That's the spindle and brake drum hanging down, shock's still on it. With the understanding that my problem probably resides in the ball joints, okay? Upper and lower ball joints and the torsion arms. So I took it all apart yesterday, took it in this morning to Fisher Buggies and set it on the counter. And I said, look, this is what the car's doing. There's a problem. There's a really big fucking problem, and it's right here. It's right here. I need you guys to give this the time of day and just try, okay? Like, don't half-ass this. Really look at this and tell me what I've got. I need this diagnosed. I don't care what it costs. If you need to charge me $150 to look at it, then so be it. I don't care. Just look at this. And what we came up with was me and Big Ron originally, years ago, had actually, by a pure act of God, we did press the ball joints in correctly. So that's good. The orientation was correct. So it's not that. I do have the correct torsion arms. They're good. They are correct. The problem lied in the same problem that we've had on every single piece of this car that has been aftermarket, which is, well, one, don't buy a Volkswagen. Two, aftermarket parts for Volkswagens, as far as I'm concerned, are shit. And so every piece that we put on this car, we've had to replace 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 times, and the car doesn't have 100 miles on it, okay? And it's not because we installed it incorrectly, it's because it's Chinese shit. So, and there's no better way to put that. I wish there was. So I apologize for the language. So basically my ball joints are so tight, you know, you got the shaft that comes up, you can't, with all our might, with a pair of pliers, we couldn't budge it. Any of them. So even though they were, I think, Mehle, M-E-H-L-E or something, I don't know, something to that effect, the really good ball joints, installed correctly, they don't work. They don't fucking work. So, now a new ball joint, so we're on the same page, is supposed to be tight, but you should still be able to move it, right? And they wear in over time, and it could take up to 2 years, depending on how much you drive your vehicle, to really get them to wear in, you know. These, no. These, you know, weren't gonna budge. So, that's a problem. So, that was A, okay? So there's multiple problems. This was A. So I said, okay, what, because I don't remember, because I put so many mixed baggage of ball joints and stuff into this car and suspension parts because I had early bug spindles and I didn't know any better and I couldn't get any information from anybody. So here's where we're at. They're replacing the ball joints with 68, 69 Volkswagen Bug ball joints, okay? They're gonna press mine out, press these in, okay? Cool. My next question was, and I took them with me, thank God, my eccentric bushings, okay? So on the top control arm goes in, where it goes into the spindle, there's an eccentric bushing, all right? Which is where you adjust your camber or whatever, caster, camber, one of them. I had Volkswagen Thing ball joints on the top that eccentric bushing would not slide over. They pulled out one of the new ball joints they're going to press in from a bug, and that eccentric joint would not slide over, right? So I said, okay, if we're going early bug, we got early bug spindles, we got, let's just say they're bug arms, and we're gonna, because apparently there's not a real difference in them. It's the orientation of how the ball joints go to, I believe it's this or something to that effect. So with a thing to a bug, I said, do you have new eccentric bushings? And they said, yes. I said, cool. So I bought the new eccentric bushings, the correct spacers. They're pressing in new early bug ball joints to go with my early bug spindles. Should work beautifully. They're gonna do all that. Then we moved on to the next thing. I brought my steering arms with me, the short one and the longer one. And 3 of the 4 tie rod ends the boots were ripped and just shit. I said, okay, just give me 4 new tie rod ends, install them on here, and give them back to me. So they're going to press out my bad ball joints, press in new ones correctly. I bought good ball joints. I forget the brand, but supposedly they're really good. I got the correct eccentric bushings and spacers, the washer, okay, for the early bug. I've got new tie rod ends going on my steering arms. Should work. I feel pretty good about this. None of this was cheap, by the way. For all of this, to have them do it and buy all the stuff, it was $572. Yeah. Now, mind you, the ball joints that they're pressing out were almost $200. Yeah. So, world's most expensive Volkswagen, right here. Not because it's the coolest, not because it's got the baddest shit on it, but because all the parts are shit, and I've had to basically build the car 3 times. So, that's the story of my life. Volkswagen guys, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You might think I'm an asshole, but it's the truth. And that's what I'm here to do, is to tell you the truth of what we go through on these cars, because I'm trying to help you guys, as opposed to lie to you and go, oh yeah, everything's great. You know, no, this is how this works, right? So yeah, so hopefully, they're thinking Thursday, Friday-ish, I should have that. So once I get them, bring them here, put them back into the car, reassemble everything, and see if I can't drive it down the street. If it drives different, which it should, I will know before I ever drive it. If I can take the brake drum and do this, I know I'm probably okay. If I take it and everything I got and I can't budget, well, we're not okay, and there's still a problem, right? So, yeah, hopefully this will work. And yeah, so we're gonna do that. And then, yeah, hopefully clean this thing up and put it up for sale. So if anybody wants a Volkswagen thing, you know, I've definitely put the time and money and effort and all that into it for you. It's a really good car. I hope you guys understand what I'm saying here. I just keep running into the problem of cheap shit parts, and it after a while it takes a toll on you. It's turned me against Volkswagens, more or less, as far as building them goes. I think they're cool as shit, but I have no interest in building another one anytime soon, because of all the problems with this. And some of them were self-inflicted. Some of this was me, just not knowing and learning curve, and you know, so on and so forth. But reality of it, man, I've had this car for like almost 4 years actually. I've yet to drive it around the neighborhood and it drive like a Volkswagen. And I got about $25,000 in it. So, yeah, so there you go. So anyway, guys, hope you're having a good one. We're working on a bunch of stuff over here. We'll be back with you in a little bit, but I just want to give you a big update on the 1973 Volkswagen thing. We may have just figured it out. See you soon.